Week we've got a great human interest story. We've got the Gills on with their new trike. Also, we have some footage from the Tulsa Speedway during the T-Town Drags. We also have as our special musical guest, David Thayer, and then, of course, talking trash with my beautiful wife, Cheryl.
I was diagnosed in '97, but I had double vision 6 years prior to that, which they did all kinds of tests and everything and didn't know what it was and didn't diagnose me at that time. So it was 6 years later, and from '91 to I went 6 years without having any issues at all. And then in '97 I started having problems with my legs. And I kind of knew what was coming but didn't want to know, so I wouldn't go to the doctor. Kept, coming up with excuses as to, it's my hip, my chiropractor's trying to get it back in, Tried to come up with excuses, but I finally got diagnosed. They did an MRI and a spinal tap and all that and diagnosed me then.
She thought she was going to stay at home and just play with the cats and the dogs for the rest of her life, and I wanted her to get out and live life, so I arranged what I thought was going to be a romantic weekend with her down in Henrietta riding a horse and staying at a bed and breakfast. Well, the horse didn't work out right. We had to get her up on a stand and then put her on the...
Can you say fiasco?
Fiasco. It was a fiasco. And on the way home, I thought, man, what can we do? And all of a sudden I thought, hey, I know, I'll buy a hog. And she said...
You're not getting me on a pig.
And that's what started Hog Therapy. I told her we're going to buy a Harley Davidson and get you on that hog and get you out and living life.
I was forbidden to get on motorcycles growing up, so I had no idea they were referred to as hogs. So I just thought I just got off of a horse, so I thought he was telling me that he wanted to get a pig and get me riding a pig, and I wasn't up for that.
And I didn't know why she was looking at me so serious and saying you're not getting me on pigs. Anyway.
We had an ultra classic motorcycle that we went to Sturgis on, and it had this on the front of it. Easy wheel, didn't he?
Yeah, we were all proud of it because we come out of breakfast and there'd be people taking pictures of it, and they didn't want to know if they could take pictures, and Patty said, if you don't mind us taking pictures of it. That evening we let our friends off in Deadwood and we're heading back to Rapid City, and we were going about 65 miles an hour down the highway, and I mean just enjoying life and the surrounding, and I came around the corner and saw a little bitty deer. Then I looked in front of me and saw 4 more deer, and all I had time to do was to floor it, and I just closed the eyes and floored it. About one scratch to us. It totaled our Ultra Classic. I mean, it bent the forks and tore all the lights off of it, and I was getting some deer off the pegs and stuff, but anyway, had the deer all over us, and just thank God Jesus took the wheel.
Yeah, the engine went dead and all the lights went out, but we just coasted for a little while, and he went to messing with it. I guess from the impact, it shut the motorcycle off, so he was messing with it and got it going again, and we rode it on home, and the lights we zip-tied back on once we got back to the place we were staying, so.
I was able to ride it the rest of the week. So.
Yeah, we rode it the rest of the week, and people would come up and look at it and say, oh, what a beautiful, Jesus on the front, how beautiful. And then they'd look at it and say, well, what happened? Because it's all zip-tied back together. No one that we ran into up there at Sturgis had heard of anyone living after hitting a deer either. And we didn't even have an injury one. We didn't even lay it down. It was awesome.
And so we got a 3-wheeler because I don't ever want to do that again. I don't want to buy that kind of testimony again, and I don't want nothing to happen to my baby. So we got her a chariot.
You're a sweetie. We have a mission called Million Miles, the number 4, Christ, and we have a website, millionmilesforchrist.com with the number 4, and we are traveling, spreading the word and letting people have hope that even though they have, all of us have issues and all of us have things going on, but just you have to roll with it and smile and do the best you can with what you got. And between God and this man right here, I'm able to do that, and we ride all over pictures and stuff on the Million Miles for Christ website of some of our adventures and stuff, and we just have a really good time.
And in spite of her debilitating disease, you can do anything with Christ. You know, if you put Him first. I didn't think it'd be a hog though, but it sure is fun with HOG therapy.
Yeah, we want to go around to different churches and give our testimony and tell people that, you know, there is hope out there and that Christ is the way. And we want to go around to churches giving our testimony and letting people know.
And supporting down bikers.
Well, of course.